Hey guys, it's Alex, and today I'm going to share with you some secrets that will make your Dragon's Dogma 2 experience much better. I've been playing the game for a while, and I've learned a lot of things that will help you avoid some common mistakes and make the most out of your adventure. And don't worry, I'll keep this as spoiler-free as possible, so you can enjoy the game without any major surprises. So, let's get started. One of the first things that you should avoid doing in this game is dying. I know, it sounds obvious, but hear me out. You don't die instantly when you reach 0 health in this game. You have a brief window to heal yourself before it's too late. Just hold L1 on your controller and switch to your item menu, where you can quickly select a healing item. It's like having a second chance, and it's always worth it to heal in those moments. Another thing that you should avoid doing in this game is letting your pawns die. Pawns are your loyal companions in Dragon's Dogma 2, and they can be very helpful in combat, exploration, and questing. But they can also be very fragile, and they will often fall in battle. When that happens, you can either revive them or leave them behind. To revive a pawn, you just have to run up to them and hold the revive button for a few seconds. You can also revive multiple pawns at once, if they are close to each other. This is very handy, because it means you can spend less time reviving your pawns, and more time fighting. Speaking of fighting, you should also avoid missing out on the Vocation Masters. Vocation Masters are special NPCs that can teach you ultimate techniques for each vocation. Vocations are the classes you can choose for yourself and your main pawn, and they determine your skills, weapons, and playstyle. There are 10 vocations in the game, and each one has a unique master that can unlock a powerful ability for you. These abilities are insane, and they can make a huge difference in combat. To learn these techniques, you need to find the Vocation Masters and form a positive relationship with them. They will then give you a scroll, which you can use to learn the technique, and also teach it to your main pawn. The next thing that you should avoid doing is ignoring your pawn's commands. Your pawns are not just mindless followers, they are actually quite smart and helpful. They will often point out things of interest and give you advice on how to deal with certain situations. But there's more. You can also interact with your pawns and give them orders by using the directional pad on your controller. You have 4 options: go, wait, to me, and help. Help will make your pawns use any relevant ability they can, like healing, cleansing, or buffing you with haste. Haste is a very powerful buff that increases your speed in everything. It's great for both combat and exploration, and it's very easy to get. Now, let's talk about some things that you should avoid doing outside of combat, like forgetting to check on the main NPCs. Dragon's Dogma 2 has a lot of NPCs, and some of them are more important than others. These are the ones that are involved in the main story, or have their own quest lines, or have some special services or rewards for you. You want to keep in touch with these NPCs because they can offer you new quests, new information, new items, and new opportunities. The problem is, the game doesn't always tell you when they have something new for you. Sometimes you have to go back and talk to them and see if they have anything to say. Another thing that you should avoid doing outside of combat is getting stuck on a quest. Dragon's Dogma 2 has a lot of quests, and some of them are more straightforward than others, but some of them will be more vague, or more complex, or more dependent on certain conditions. These are the quests that can get you stuck and frustrated and confused. But don't worry, there's a simple trick to get around this, and that is to use the pastime mechanic. The pastime mechanic is a way to skip forward in time by using certain objects, like benches, inns, or camps. When you use these objects, you can choose to either doze off or rest, and that will move the time forward by a few hours or a day. This can be useful for a lot of reasons, but it can also be useful for progressing quests. Sometimes a quest will require you to be at a certain place at a certain time, or to wait for something to happen, or to trigger something to happen. By using the pastime mechanic, you can make these things happen and move on with the quest. One more thing that you should avoid doing outside of combat is not searching the towns and encampments. Dragon's Dogma 2 has a lot of towns and encampments, and they are full of loot, chests, and gold. You want to search them thoroughly and take everything you can find, because there's no penalty for doing so. You can just walk into any house, or tent, or alley and grab whatever you see. This is a great way to get some useful consumables, items, and money, especially in the early game, when you're low on resources. Now, let's talk about some things that you should avoid doing with your money, like buying the courtly outfit. The courtly outfit is a fancy outfit that you need for some quests where you have to dress well or go to court. It's normally very expensive, and you can buy it in Verworth, the desert city. But you don't have to spend a lot of money on it because you can get it for free, and it's very easy to get. All you have to do is go to the south side of Verworth and go up the hill to the palace. There, you'll find a guest room, and it has a chest that contains both halves of the courtly outfit. That's it. You just saved yourself a lot of money, and you have the outfit whenever you need it. Another thing that you should avoid doing with your money is not using the ox cart trick. The ox cart trick is a clever way to travel around the world without having to run or walk. It's very simple, and it works like this. You find an ox cart, and you talk to the driver. He will tell you where he's going, and you can choose to ride with him. When you do that, you can skip time, and you'll end up in the destination. But that's not the trick. The trick is, you can get off the ox cart at any point and go wherever you want. For example, let's say you want to go to the north of the map, but the ox cart is going to the south. You can still ride with him and then get off when you're near the place you want to go. Or you can wait until the ox cart is attacked by enemies and then get off and fight them or run away. This way, you can use the ox cart as a fast travel option without having to pay for it or unlock it. It's a very useful trick, and it can save you a lot of time and hassle. The last thing that you should avoid doing with your money is not buying dyes. Dyes are items that you can use to change the color of your hair, and they are very cool. You can choose from a wide range of colors and gradients and make your character look more unique and stylish. But you can't get dyes in the beginning of the game, you have to unlock them. And to do that, you have to go to the desert region, to the southwest of the map. There, you'll find a dye vendor who sells different dye colors. You can buy them and then take them to a hairdresser who will change your hair color according to the dye you have. This is a nice way to customize your character and make them look more like you want. And that's it, guys. These are top 10 things that you should avoid doing in Dragon's Dogma 2, or at least some things that will make your life easier. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to MultiPlay for more gaming tips and tricks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.